Now, I made a preview video about these boots, and in that video I said that they look a little bit weird, but they'll probably look better in person. I now have them in person, and I've determined that they still look weird, and they're arguably one of the most awkward Mercurial designs we've ever seen from the Nike brand. The boots I'm talking about are the Lebron Mbappé Chosen 2 Nike Mercurial Superfly 7 Elite, which is looking to be one of, if not the final colorways of this generation of Mercurial for the special edition price of $295. But I must say, as awkward as I think these look at certain angles, I also kind of like them. So what I want to do in this video is go over all of the little details, because there's quite a few surprises on these boots that they didn't really show off all that well in the press release pictures. And I also want to talk about whether or not it's a good time to buy a current Mercurial model, because we know there's going to be a new one probably within the next couple of weeks, maybe within the next month. Should you buy now or should you wait? We'll also take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please stick around, watch the entire review. And if you are interested in a pair of these for yourself, they are limited, they are individually numbered, we'll go over that as well, and they are mostly sold out, but there are still some available. If you check out the little pop-up in the corner of the screen or the first link down below, that's going to take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $295 retail price. As always, if you guys do end up enjoying the video and want to see more limited edition boot reviews on the channel, don't forget to support this one with a like. And if you're new here watching for the first time and don't want to miss out on weekly content on everything football boots, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. Now, before we get into the boots, I want to take a closer look at the box and extras, because they've made quite the effort here. You can see it's a black box, but the entire thing is shiny, has this kind of fade from blue to pink to purple, and then has a holographic finish all the way throughout. It's made up of the same logo you find on the boot, and then the full form of that logo can be found here on the lid, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to say Kylian in one direction and then Lebron in the other direction. Here's a look at the label for those that are always curious about that. It is labeled as SE for Special Edition. On the back side of the box, I really like this detail. It's also found on the insole of the boots. You have the half football pitch, half basketball court logo, which is pretty cool, kind of symbolizing LeBron James and Mbappe. Open up the lid, and on the underside, you will find both of their regular logos. And then they also include on the boots these little hang tags, which are kind of like air bubbles, one with the Kylian Mbappe logo, the other with the LeBron James lion, which this is something that you would typically find on like sneakers as an example, as a little bit of an extra, but they've included it. And then they also include a string bag, which is extremely cool. You can see it has the same pattern that you find on the box, the purple to pinkish orange fade. You have that same kind of half and half basketball court football pitch on the one side in silver. Then you have that weird LeBron Kylian logo right there. The strings are black with the same kind of, I guess, orange glittery type of fiber running through it, just like the laces you find on the boots. And in general, I think of this as a really well executed, super detailed string bag. It gets a rating of 7 out of LeBron James. As for the look of the boots, feel free to share your own personal opinions down below in the comments. I'm sure some people will love these, some people will absolutely hate them, but the first thing that I was surprised about when I saw these in person was the fact that they're individually numbered, because that's not something that was mentioned in any of the press release info, and it's fairly discreet in terms of when you're wearing the boot, you wouldn't even see it. But you can see here on the inside of the collar, they're limited out of 4,620 pairs, and I'm not sure if there's a significance to that number specifically. It's not necessarily low production as far as limited edition releases go, but you can see that I have pair number 2,604 out of 4,620, which is always cool to see. I just always like when brands number their limited edition releases. As for the look and design of the boots, they're weird. There's really no other way to put it. You're gonna find that same logo found on the box scattered throughout the upper, and I've been trying to figure out what it's supposed to be. I can definitely make out a KM, then I guess if you flip it upside down, maybe it's supposed to say LBJ or some variation of LeBron James. I just don't see it, but that is the logo that makes up kind of the main pattern that you find on the boot. So it does have a little bit of a fade effect as well, where you can see it's more chrome towards the bottom, and then it transitions into a black on the underside, and then the chrome kind of just continues through those logos. There's also these little dots that fade on the way up from the bottom through the logos as well. And then of course you have the controversial double Nike swoosh, one right side up, one upside down. But if you look really closely, and this doesn't come through all that well in the pictures either, the top side swoosh has the Mercurial M logo as kind of a texture. Of course it fades from kind of that pink to purple, and then the bottom one has more of this wavy texture, which I believe is supposed to signify something along the lines of what you'd find on a LeBron James basketball shoe. And I really like how that looks in person. It's a very cool detail up close, although from a distance you certainly wouldn't notice it. Also, on the back of both of these boots, you are going to find the D-Boss logo of LeBron James, as well as Kylian Mbappé, where I think they've really proved on this release that LeBron James has a bunch of different logos. You're gonna find the same mismatch logos here on the front of the collar, where one, of course, has the Mbappé logo, the other has the LeBron logo. You can see the laces are black with a little bit of kind of like an orangey red glitter effect running throughout. And then you're also gonna find here on the toe, very difficult to read. It's kind of written out in two different lines, but part of the letters are kind of joined together. It's supposed to say the Chosen Two, which of course is the name of this pack, which is basically just a really big attempt at some cross promotion between football as well as basketball. You have some purple on the back of the heel. I like that the inside of the collar is also purple in color. Then you're gonna find on the sole plate, it does have a wearable finish on the split sole, but it's a little bit different from heel to forefoot. In the heel, it just has this kind of holographic, almost oil slick texturing to it, where in the forefoot, it is half and half of that oil slick, and then just a standard chrome. I don't know that I love the look of the half and half. I think the whole thing should have been this multicolor look. But nonetheless, it's a very unique colorway with a lot of little details. Speaking of which, the last one, which I'm about to miss, is on the insole, and they are mismatched, so I'm gonna remove both of them so you can get a look at that. They're purple and kind of reddish pink in color with that pattern fading in and out through the midfoot. The one side has the LeBron Kylian logo, and then the other side, the left insole, has the same basketball court football pitch combination, which I really think is a cool idea. And I guess I'll conclude my opinion on the way these look with this. They might be a little bit awkward looking, but at the same time, they really did a good job of incorporating a bunch of unique details that you're only gonna find on this colorway. And considering how many limited edition Mercurials have been put out basically since the Mercurial was first created, the fact that they have been able to create a new colorway that truly doesn't look like any of the previous ones, I think that's becoming a tougher and tougher task for Nike to do. So kudos to them for that. And if you want a really unique looking pair of Mercurials, I can't think of any that are more unique than this. Which brings us to the other big question that I wanted to answer, which is if you're more concerned about the boots rather than the colorways, and that is you're on the market for a brand new pair of boots in the next month to month and a half. Should you pull the trigger on a current Superfly 7 or Vapor 13, or should you wait for the upcoming Vapor 14 or Superfly 8? And honestly, I think it depends on your personality. Here's what I mean. If your mentality when it comes to football boots is I want a good quality product, but I want to pay as little as possible for it, then by all means you should buy the current Mercurials that you can find on sale in a variety of different colors. They're basically going to be half the cost with the sale prices that are out there versus the new ones that are going to be coming out very soon. And a lot of people always ask whenever a new boot comes out if it's that much better than the old one or if the old one is now obsolete. Absolutely not the case. This Superfly 7 and the Vapor 13, which is basically just the low-cut version, is arguably one of the best performing football boots, not just ever in the Mercurial line, but of all time period. It's really, really impressive. And no matter how good or bad this next generation is, that's not going to take away from how good of a football boot the Superfly 7 is right now and pretty much will be for the foreseeable future. If you're somebody that doesn't care as much about the price and you're more open-minded in regards to trying new things, or you're just a bit of a boot nerd that's interested in trying the new tech, because we can pretty much confirm based on a variety of different pictures that are out there that the next generation of Mercurial is not going to have a full fly knit upper. It's likely to be what we're thinking is going to be called fly print. So it will likely be pretty different from what we have right now. Better or worse, that remains to be seen. I have pretty good confidence in Nike not to screw up their very popular Mercurial series, but if you don't mind paying a little bit extra to just have the newest thing that likely will be very good, then I'd probably wait a week or two or a month, depending on how long it is, for those new Mercurials to come out. that's probably what you're going to be most happy with. On feet, I will admit that this colorway does end up looking a little bit better, but it just lacks flow. I think that's something that a lot of people have always liked about the designs of the Mercurial, is that the swoosh is typically positioned in such a way where the boot ends up looking fast. And I think the double swoosh, either the size or the position, maybe even both, just makes this look like a very chunky football boot rather than a streamlined flowing one like most other Mercurials tend to look. They are of course paired with some Pure Grip socks as well, which I think look really good with this particular colorway. That's my own brand of grip socks that, unlike these football boots, are extremely affordable. They're available in a wide variety of colors for just $14.99 a pair. If you're interested in trying some out for yourself, the website to go to is puregripsocks.com, which will be linked down below. Everything else about these, aside from the colorway, is the same as any other Superfly 7. The fit and feel is identical. The Flyknit upper wraps your foot very closely. The high tenacity yarns with the laces tied tight really does a good job of holding your foot in place without the upper feeling overly stiff. The anatomic sole plate is still one of the best innovations in modern football boots, in my opinion, in that it really connects you to the base of the boots. Lockdown is fantastic as far as width is concerned. They're Mercurial, so they do have a tight fit. If you've worn Mercurials in the past, you kind of know what to expect. If you have really wide feet, they're probably not going to be a great option for you. And as far as sizing goes, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to order some for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself while they're still available, you can click the first link down below. That's going to take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes to pick these up below their normal retail price. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.